Assalamu alaikum. Myself, Mariam Ali. Today I'm going to explain you about give an intro of development tools and lab software. So basically, for as in this daily development environment, we need some softwares or we need some applications which we use to develop or transfer a code to our board. So basically, software is just a bridge to develop communication between the board and the ID. So what is ID? So ID is a integrated development board and is a computer application developed to or designed to perform different programming languages, frameworks, code libraries, and by using these libraries and codes we can perform a specific task or we apply some logics to perform our specific code or function. Further, by for implementing this task or using this software, the main development board here is Arduino. So Arduino is basically an open source platform here and we're building electronic projects. So in this, the simple is that we write a code, we run it, by running it the code, we get an hex file and as software or hardware, we use that hex file to transfer our code. Further on, these Arduinos are used to activating a motor, turn on LEDs, and to publish some online things and so on. Further, Arduino contains Arduino Uno and Arduino Mega 2 boards. There are further so on boards, but basically what we are using are these two, Arduino Uno and Mega. In both Arduino and Mega, there is simple minor difference, and that the difference is that Arduino Uno has less pin as compared to Arduino Mega. Arduino Mega has more number of pins as we can see here. As the transmitter and receiver pins here are one or here maybe one or two here. And further, this is the Avr microcontroller chip. So basically, this is basically the whole thing of this Arduino board here. At here, this is at Mega 328P used, and this is here 2560 at Mega use. So these are two microcontrollers. This contains, I think, so 38 across pins, and this across this 54 digital pins, and there are more than 54 pins here. Some are analog, some are digital, and some are required for PWM, as you can see that, some for serial communications, and so on. So, what is the AVR microcontroller? So, AVR is basically this AVR is a 8-bit and onward 16 bits and so on. So the main task of this microcontroller chip save a code inside it and that code is further used here in this board. This board is basically working to upload a code inside it, to transfer a code inside this chip and then to get the code and to assign these pins onward. This whole process is used so that a board is formed. Further, for the softwares and means for this development boards, we need some software. We need some software to upload our code, upload our logics. So these are the three softwares here: AVR Atmos Studio, Proteus, and Arduino IDE. So first of all, Arduino IDE. Get the last. So simple is that open here Arduino IDE. Simple, right? Arduino here. This is Arduino home here, or we can click here the softwares there. software here and this software here. And the further we can download the things here. Lord, we need this code, this one or this Arduino. We further download it, and the installation steps are simple now. For the installation steps, we just run it, install, and when it install, this is here. Further, to upload a blinking code here. So this is the software. Look here from file. Now we are here examples, predefined libraries and code simple to check this. Here for example is a we use a blink code here. So this is a self-defined blink code. The simple blink code is that there is setup here. You will define a pin mode. This is 13 pin. And further use 13 pin, we high low it. So we are going to upload this code here. We're going to first of all we're going to verify it. The upload thing is for the yes for the hardware things, but here only software. So selecting here that is Arduino. Here we are using Arduino Uno. So set this board as Arduino Uno here by using the tools Arduino Uno set. Now verified. We verified, but further we need some hex file. So for the hex file location, we go to the preferences. We get this upload here. Okay. Now it is verifying, and now we get a hex file here. So further goes on. This is the hex file here. This hex file location. Just copy this hex file location. Control C. And this is the basically proteins here. So this we can see this is the blinking code here. So LED is on, off, on, and then off. So this is simple code here. The uploading of a code is simple that we have to click this chip here and we're going to upload this code, the code here, and this, all the steps explained are that. Now further, our next is Atmos Studio. So the Atmos Studio is simple here. This is Atmos Studio. Onward further download instructions. Now we are going to open it for you. Atmos Studio. This is the Microchip Studio, and inside there is an Atmos Studio. So we are going to see it here. This is opening. So when it's opening, we are going to further explain you how to perform it. Now it's open. Just simple for it. Simple for generating a file new here. So simple go to file, new, project file. Now for the assembly language, we're going to use this. For the C language, we're going to use whatever we want. For example, we want this executable or C plus language. So for this, we are going to name our specific task and then so on. Further, we run a code this here. This is the code for the blinking code. In this code now further I'm going to explain this code here. The code is simple is that we have to store a here. This is that as R16 defined, a port is defined, and further it's the high low for a pin 13 or whatever pin we want. So first from that pin we are going to define this. In this assembly language, we don't define pins, we define the ports and port A, B, C, D, and so on. Further, we go through build and we rebuild the code, and then we start debug them. Continue. By continue, there is a thing like this, like debugger. We select the debugger as simulator, and further we go to the step into, or you can select F11, shift F11 onward, and further this code is burned. And now this Proteus simulation. The Proteus simulation is the most easy here. For the Proteus simulation, we go the home. For the new project, we select the new project here, and by selecting the new project, and now we have to get some development boards here. So select the by selecting the new development, we get this development board down here, and select the Arduino 328. Select the finish process, and this is the Arduino 328. And further, now we have to upload some code as there. We select this. Now for you, I'm going to new project here. So this is the new project here. Select the from development boards on with 328p finish. Yes. This is the code here. And further we are going to upload a code here. So this is simple. This LED is going to blink here. 13 pin and this LED blink. So this is the this thing development boards inside the Proteus. Further, this is the blink of our hardware, and this is the further thing. Now I'm going to show you the hardware video here. Similarly, we upload a code through USB here with sensor, and this is the blinking here. I'm going to show you again. So this here is blinking of code on L pin 13. Thank you.